Hello and welcome to Red Flags horror movie discussion podcast. We're your hosts, Dave, Opie, Al, and Donnie. And today we get to tackle my favorite movie, Rosemary's Baby from 1968.
Well, I'm glad I watched the right one.
Wait, are there other ones?
I wouldn't think so.
There is a TV series, apparently.
Oh, damn. I did not know that.
There is.
Yep. And I found that out because it was free on like Prime, and I'm like, oh, sweet. So I loaded it up, and it's not free. It's the TV show is free.
Oh.
Yeah.
Although I did watch it on Paramount for free.
Okay.
For free. He bought it. And I got here and I was like, "Oh, you're watching it. Did you watch it on Paramount?" Because I told him last night it's on Paramount.
I don't
He
have
said,
Paramount.
"Yes, you do.
No,
you
I
have an
don't.
account on my account."
I don't think it's even on the TV.
It should be.
I don't think so. Peacock
Well, it
is on
should
there,
be.
but the other one's
You're
not.
as DD for designated David.
I
don't know.
love that.
Designated David.
Techno man that knows all.
It might not be up there, but like
I don't think it's
I think
on
you
there yet.
reset your TV one time and had to re-put stuff on there. But anyway,
So,
I gotta
Rosemary's
say,
Baby.
I have a question for you,
What's that?
Opie.
What?
Do you have a thing for Mia Farrow?
Do I have a thing for
Yeah,
Mia
because
Farrow?
you're like, this is my favorite movie. I love it. And then like I watched it like the last time that we all watched this together. I half-assed it and I wasn't really paying attention, and I was like, I'll give it a 5 because it's like whatever. I wasn't really paying attention. It wasn't fair to the movie to give it one way or the other. And then you were like, here's the fucking Blu-ray. Watch this movie when you have time. And then I never watched it. And then you eventually just took the fucking thing back.
Yeah.
And so you have a lot of enthusiasm for this movie. And my question is it just because you wanted to see her fucking titties?
Mia Farrow? What?
Wait, is that who's the main chick?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
That's Mia Farrow.
What? You watched this whole movie and you were like, my little brother just wants to see Mia Farrow naked.
Yeah. You want to see weird, awkward sex scenes where like
Oh, you mean
she's
on the
like,
floor?
Yeah, where she goes, let's make love. And he's like instantly, first of all, rude, shuts the light off. Like without even like they didn't have a discussion
who
or
wants to
anything.
see her naked?
He's like shuts the light off and then takes like a half an hour to pull his fucking pants off.
Well, they're all taking clothes off for like 15, 20 minutes straight.
It takes so long, and they don't even get like.
There's
let's
no
make love.
enthusiasm.
You'd think that he would like move in for a romantic gesture, but no, he just like throws something at the lamp, and then let's like. I don't know. It was weird. It was awkward.
Did you pick up on any themes of men being dismissive towards women at all? in
Yeah,
this
that's
film?
all. It's 1968.
Well, he was.
I mean,
pretty much the
it
whole
took place
time.
in 1966, actually, but like it was
This is
filmed
true,
in
this is true.
1968.
Because it was a novel in 1967.
Yes, it was. It was. I did know that.
By
And
Ira Levin.
Ira Levin.
Yep.
That guy's got some.
Also wrote The Stepford Wives.
You know what I'm really interested. Oh, I have to see that. I've heard good things, but I just never watched
I've
it.
never seen that one either, but
But it seems like it have like a similar kind of culty vibe to it.
yeah, right? Those ladies are robots or something, I think.
Yeah, something along those lines.
The trick of it.
It's like a cult kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
I do think Mia Farrow is amazing in this movie.
oh, she's great.
Yes.
She is great. She's
Mhm.
an amazing actress. Okay, so I didn't get the chance to look this up, so maybe you can help me with this. Any of you might be able to help me with this.
Yeah.
Why do I know her name from other than this?
Mia Farrow.
Like, is her daughter a famous actress or something? Like,
No, her dad was a famous actor in the 50s. He was very busy, but it wasn't with...
why do I know
really
Mia Farrow?
avoid that decade.
might
She
be a
has
different
actually
Farrow.
been in a lot of... She just has a lot of small roles in stuff. We've seen her...
And she's
Uh,
Rosemary. I should state that out loud.
She was in The Omen.
Yes, she was in
Okay.
The Omen, the new Omen.
I think we watched that.
We definitely did.
The new one?
I don't know if we watched the new one. I know we at least
I don't think we watched the
Rated
new one. We watched the old
the old one. And then
Yeah.
maybe we were gonna watch the new one. Never got to it.
Don't
I don't
think
know.
so, because it's not on the list anyways.
Yeah, maybe not. But
Because I thought you didn't want to watch the new one because you thought it sucked.
Yeah, it's not as good as the old one. But she might just be in the zeitgeist enough for you to have heard her name.
Yeah, it's
She
just
she was
weird.
apparently married to Frank Sinatra for
Yeah.
a little while.
That's weird.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
She's super liberal on Twitter.
Okay. Is she still
And
around?
Very active. Yes, very active on the X.
On the X.
The X.
Or I don't know if she's active on the X because I was only on there when it was Twitter and I haven't been on there since.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. She seems like the kind of person that would leave X because Elon Musk owns it.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. It's all garbage.
Yes.
It's all garbage. Who cares?
Yeah.
Social media is trash. We're a part of it, but that's okay.
Well, yeah, other than that, I really didn't recognize, because I feel like the same way. Like, I've seen her in a bunch of stuff, but honestly,
Who played the husband guy?
that was
I said the husband guy, but the
His,
husband is,
his name's Guy.
his name is Guy, so he is the husband
Yeah.
guy.
John,
John.
however you pronounce that.
This is tricky because it's the Cassavetes in the movie. That's the last name
Okay.
of the neighbors.
The neighbors. Also, first name Roman.
To which-
Interesting.
Yes.
Their acting was atrocious in the beginning of the movie.
You didn't like when you meet him on the sidewalk?
No.
But that guy, that was played by John Cassavetes.
Cassavetes.
Cassavetes. It's like super
yeah.
close to Cassavetes. Like
Okay.
it could be Cassavetes for all.
Weird. I wonder if there's a thing on that. I should have done more research, but because there was another thing I wanted to know is if because I find it really strange. I imagine that the characters' names are the same in the book, right?
I guess I don't know.
Because otherwise, if it was, because I know that Roman Polanski wrote and directed, he at least did the screenplay version of it.
Correct.
So I don't know if he made any liberties and changed the name of the name to Roman, which is his real name.
It's looking like they have the same names in the
Okay.
in the book,
In the book.
the novel. Yeah.
Okay.
Roman and Guy, Rosemary, all that fun stuff.
'Cause, yeah,
Minnie.
Minnie. Yeah, Roman Polanski is the director and he wrote the screenplay because I think he was asked to read the book and then he was like, "Oh fuck yeah, we're doing this."
Yeah. Which is
I mean, with a plot like that, hell yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm going to say this right now. It didn't end how I thought it was going to end.
really. I'm really excited to talk about the ending because that's my favorite.
Of course it is.
Yeah, I think I gotta say the same thing. I don't know if that's the ending I was expecting for it.
All right. Because the name of our podcast is Red Flags, I loved the fact that she saw all the red flags, except for one that pissed me off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which made no sense to me when you first pointed it out. Because I didn't know who she was
Yeah.
talking to, until it showed his face. And oh,
We're-
why?
Okay, so the part that I'm talking about is because I came in, I got done with work, I walked in the door, and I was like, oh, and I asked him about, where he was watching it from. And then I started making some food. And then I came back and I was like, you know what, Dave? This part pissed me off. And he's like, why? And I was like, because. So this is when she has gotten the book from the friend,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And she went through it
Mhm.
and she told her husband, and her husband obviously doesn't believe her.
And tells her not
Right.
to
And then
read
she
books.
Yep. And then he takes the book and puts it on the top shelf like, oh shit, can't get a stepladder.
Yeah.
Naughty, naughty. But anyway, so she's like, I know for a fact that our neighbors are fucking me over and they're practicing witchcraft. This guy's name is an anagram and his real name is this. And she
Yeah.
finds out all this information and spells it out for him. And he's like, nope, you're just cuckoo banana pants, which by the way, this movie is a masterclass in gaslighting.
Oh yeah.
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 I have been wanting to say that all day, by the way.
I was
sentence.
looking for a portion to say that for this.
Yeah.
All right.
But so then the next fucking scene is she's at her doctor, who she knows is friends with the neighbor.
Dr. Picklefucker.
Dr. Picklefucker.
I can't remember his name.
It starts with an S, I think. I don't know. So he's the doctor that was recommended to her by the neighbors. It was all a setup. Saperstein.
That was close.
And she's just telling him everything. And I'm like, why in the fuck are you talking to your doctor about this? That he's a part of the fucking problem.
Yeah.
When he said that, the first thing that popped into my mind was Samsonite. I was way off.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did have like a weird trust for him, because when she was talking about wanting to get a second opinion from another doctor, and she was like saying, she's like, no, they recommended this doctor, he's really good. So I mean, I guess that kind of shows the effect of it. Like, I think she was really smart for someone that was just being fucking gaslighted the entire fucking movie.
She was on top of it.
The part that got to her was like her thinking this doctor's really good.
Well, after she talked to the girls, though, she wanted to get a second opinion and actually said that she doesn't trust him.
Yeah, she doesn't trust the doctor. But then
the next scene is her discussing,
getting the book,
trusting
him.
Exactly.
And then she does that, and then she tells him fucking everything. She's like, "Oh, you know that guy that told me all about you? Well, he's really this, and he's a witch." And it's like, "Oh, really? He's a witch? Oh, well, that's interesting." Guess what? That guy's gonna go away really soon. He's kind of dying. So we'll just, instead of you leaving or whatever, she was gonna, because I think she was trying to get the baby out faster or something.
Well, her whole thing was, through a good portion of it, was just wanting to go to the hospital to have the child.
Yeah.
So that's what bothered you?
What bothered me is that she just fucking unloaded all of this information that she should have kept to her fucking self or went to her friends.
Did she know that the doctor was in on it?
Yes.
Well, she didn't know that the doctor was in on it.
Because she said she didn't trust
She
the
said
doctor.
she didn't trust him because she wanted normal pills and not this crazy concoction that was given by Minnie. And
that's fair.
Yeah.
And then the next scene was her unloading to this doctor. That I didn't like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the part that bothered me the most, because she was so good at being like, I don't trust this, and like not drinking the drink, even though she had like a couple bites of the moose.
The moose.
It was bitten
It's
by
moose.
a mouse.
It's not
It was
Nah,
called
moose.
moose, but she said that it was mouse because that's what the Minnie called it. Because of the way she talks, she called it a mouse.
Oh.
Right. So they mentioned that. And then because they did a really good job, which I thought was really cool for 1968. And all of these dream sequence transitions, I was really impressed with.
Really?
Cinematography wise.
Okay.
Like visually, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
And I know that it's a really difficult thing to try to explain to somebody your dreams.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fun the way that they went about it, where they would like be like, there's this, and then all of a sudden there's a fucking black sailor guy, and then all of a sudden you're like in a tsunami.
Yeah, the way the camera moved around kind of nonstop, transitioning through.
Yeah, and you can,
weird
and like
shit.
trying to like piece together what the fuck's going on in her head. And
There
you can,
is a thing about the cinematography of this movie where when you're dealing with, you're always looking through stuff through Mia Farrow's framework. You always know hers. When you're looking at her, there's always her face, and it's always showing her expression, because the whole point of the film is to kind of be through her eyes.
yeah.
And so,
What was that last movie that we did that was like that?
Oofed, I don't know.
You're
I Spit on Your
you're
Grave is one of those that's kind of
Oh, that was
thinking
another
of,
thing. That was
filmed a
another.
certain way.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to ask you,
What?
Opie,
Yes.
is why do you like rape so much?
Why are you getting on me today? Why do you think I like
Why
Weird
are you
rape?
making me watch
questions.
all these fucking rapey goddamn movies? To be fair, she was raped by Satan.
That's true. And
I don't know if it's okay. So yes, there's a lot to say about this movie, and it's hard to talk about this movie because there's a whole thing that we got to talk about with like. Obviously, this was rape, whether or not her husband allowed it or not.
yeah.
And
Well, the next
Which is-
morning was
Also,
a massive red flag. I didn't want to miss baby night.
Yeah, I
Jesus
cut my nails
Christ.
though.
she's all scratched up, and she's like, "There's
Don't worry, I
plenty of
cut my
fucking
nails
time."
already.
he goes, it was kind of fun in a necrophile sort of way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That was the quote.
Yeah.
that was really disturbing and pretty disgusting.
Not in the Me Too era, Guy Woodhouse. Not in
Yeah.
No, no, sir, no,
No.
sir.
What else? Shoop. What'd you guys think of Minnie Castevet?
I didn't like her. Never
Really?
liked her. Not-
Annoying.
not from
Did you
the-
think her performance was good, or did you just?
Oh yeah, she played the annoying neighbor really well.
Yeah.
Well, she did a good job with like showing. It was a really good performance for what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to not trust her, and you're also supposed to like understand that she's like an elderly lady and she's being manipulative, but you're not supposed to know that.
Yeah.
But then like you're also supposed to see it through Mia Farrow's eyes, Rosemary's eyes, and you can see the mistrust that she has, even though she's trying to be polite. The 60s was a weird time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of one scene in particular where she was bringing like a shake over. It's when Rosemary was telling her that she was making shit for a party, and she's like, "Yeah, it's just some old friends." And she kept alluding to the shake she wanted her to drink. She's like, "Yeah, I'll drink it in a little bit." And she's like, "Well, you don't want it to go to waste." Like that whole performance, I think, was really good because she was very good at like obviously she's being pushy, but she wasn't being so obvious about it.
Yeah.
If that even makes sense.
Just disguising it as a nice old lady
Yeah.
Yeah.
perfectly.
I
Yeah.
think
But
she
then,
played
like,
it very well.
You also have to see like Rosemary's side of it where she's like, I don't want to fucking drink this, but I'm trying to like be
Yeah.
nice and polite and like come up with any fucking excuse I can to not drink this in front of you.
Right.
Because the last time she ate something just to fucking spite her husband, she got fucked by the devil.
Well, she didn't eat the whole thing.
No, but she still got fucked by
Yeah.
the devil.
Just enough to
I
wake
know-
up in the middle of it and be like, "Oh my god, this
This
not
isn't a dream.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is really happening.
Yeah.
She's like, "This is a fucked up cruise."
Yeah.
This is a fucking a Diddy cruise.
It was a Diddy cruise.
What did you guys think of Sidney Blackmer, who played Roman?
That guy was good.
Castevet?
He was good. He played creepy pretty well.
He was in The Count of Monte Cristo in 1934.
Hmm.
I thought that was cool.
All right. All right.
Yeah, they're acting in the very beginning on that street scene was just
Why do you say that?
dry and bad.
Why
I
do you
don't know,
say
it
that?
just
They were supposed to not give a fuck.
That's interesting.
I know. I'm
'cause-
just saying I didn't like. They just annoyed me.
They were supposed to be like, "Oh, look at this dead bitch." Like that's like that was supposed to be their attitude.
Yeah.
And they're-
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
We
they
knew
were
her, so
walking-
what?
Yeah.
I think they were supposed to walk up and be like, "Oh no, a dead person," right? But like everyone was like, "Oh shit, she was in your apartment. She lived with you," and they're like, "Ah shit, now we gotta figure this
Now I
out."
gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
Shit. What did you think?
Oh wait, before we get into that, I wanted to say that the interaction that Rosemary had with that girl that died in the beginning, like in the laundry room, I thought was super interesting for 1968.
Why?
Because she was like, "Oh, I was saved by these ladies. I used to work the streets and she was
Drugs.
addicted to drugs and she was working as a sex worker." And I was surprised Mia Farrow wasn't judgy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, she didn't seem like a judgy
I-
person. Her character,
Well,
anyways.
yeah. Isn't 68 is kind of we're in the hippie era, feminist movements.
It's still,
That's, that's
it was still like you
I-
could tell that her character was on the bougie side. Had
Yeah.
bougie wants and bougie needs,
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. She wasn't judgy.
but she wasn't judgy about it, which was nice. It was refreshing. Like I was expecting because I was kind of like, oh shit, is she gonna be like have a even just a side look? You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
kind of like a glare for a second, but none of it.
Yeah. She was real nice. See, a real nice bougie bitch.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Dr. Hill.
Oh, he
Doctor-
pissed me off so much.
Yeah, he pissed me off too. He was played by Charles Grodin. Grodin? Grodin. We're going to go with Grodin.
Okay.
Charles Grodin. He was the dad in Beethoven.
That actor?
Yeah. And
All
I
right.
totally recognize him. From
I
that
do
movie.
not recognize.
Yeah.
I think I watched Beethoven in '94 or whenever the fuck that came out.
I don't remember why I remember this dad, but
I also don't remember.
You were close. 92.
Was it Elijah Wood that was in Free Willy?
maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Probably.
Like I
How
don't
many
remember.
years it's been since I've seen that?
I remember the Mighty Ducks. I mean, I can tell you that.
The knuckle puck.
Yeah.
Right? That's because you went out into the street and you practiced the knuckle.
Oh, I
puck.
did. I did.
That's about the only
was
thing
all
I
into
remember
hockey
from
at that.
movie.
At that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can go back to what you were saying. I know I interrupted with talking about the bougie.
Oh, that was it. It was just a fun fact about Dr. Hill, and I was really
Okay.
excited about Beethoven. The dog, the big giant dog. This had a budget of $3.2 million and grossed worldwide over $33 million.
That's good.
Good for them.
Good.
Yep. But
That's
this
a good
one
hike.
was like, it won awards. It was critically acclaimed. Roman Polanski this one kind of was his biggest one to date, I think, but
Yeah, I think it was his biggest one. I did look up his other movies, and they were all like, meh. Like I didn't really recognize any of them.
yeah.
The only other one I know is The Ninth Gate with
Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's the only other thing I know him from.
Oh,
Really?
Johnny Depp
In the
fucked Satan?
90s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
There's more
Wait.
devil sex in that too.
That's really confusing, and I'm gonna have to come back to that because I had a different. Will you stop throwing your pen on the floor? That last one was intentional, right?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
But he's right. It's The Ninth Gate, 1999.
1999.
I have that movie.
I
Yeah.
have some questions then.
Like what?
I didn't want to get into this right now, but
How is he still working in 1999?
how is he working? Was this filmed in like France?
I don't know. Let's not get into Roman Polanski yet,
Okay.
because that will be that's its own fucking.
Because there's no fucking way that movie should have been made by him.
Well, he's a guy. A lot of people are out there. Never mind. We will get into.
I'm pretty
it
sure
later.
that movie was not shot in the United States.
The Ninth Gate?
Yeah,
It better not be.
because there's kind of like a burning castle fuck scene.
Oh my God, of course there is.
Why?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I've never seen this movie. I might have. I don't remember though.
The only reason I saw it is because Dave showed it to me. Dave's like, "Hey, you
The
ever see
devil's
this
a
movie?"
woman.
No, watch it. Yeah.
Wait, I thought the devil was. Wait.
The devil's a woman in that.
No,
one.
no. That's Bedazzled.
No, in this one too.
I'm making a joke.
That's actually a good movie though. I love that. I'd laugh my ass off.
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser was amazing back in the day.
I kind of want to watch Bedazzled now.
He's making a comeback.
I was gonna say, have you seen?
I have not seen
what
The
was
Whale.
that movie?
The Whale?
Was it The Whale?
The one where he got really big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet either, but people loved it.
I was gonna say, I heard his acting was fantastic.
Not
Don't know.
that I want to get into this, but the Ninth Gate or whatever was filmed in France, Spain, and the U.S.
Was it in the U.S.?
France, Spain, and the U.S. He wouldn't have come to the U.S. I promise.
Yeah, I'll bet it was all other stuff that was
He did
done.
not come to the.
He
US.
did not come to the U.S.
Intriguing, but we'll get back to that.
All we're doing is dropping teasers for Donnie.
yeah. So they, for anyone listening, I don't know that much about Roman Polanski. They just told me before we started this, they're like, "How much do you know about Roman Polanski?" I'm like, "Very little." They're like, "Okay, good," because we got a segment for you. but anyway,
Yeah.
So what else? What else do you talk about? It's a lady. Her husband sells her baby to the
Okay,
devil.
hold the fuck on.
That's
It is about a lady who husband sells his child, his unborn child,
Yeah.
to the devil
the
so that he
the husband does.
can be
I wouldn't
more
even put it that way.
famous.
Famous actor.
He sells
his
his
firstborn.
wife to the devil,
Essentially,
who makes a child.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I would put it.
Yeah.
Would it be fair to say, like, we don't really, as viewers, know this shit?
He was a
We
pimp.
just kind of get these like hints. Like we know right off the bat that like obviously shit's going on, but there's just kind of like hints dropped throughout the movie on some of the shit. Like how the husband gets a call like, oh, the other actor that was going for that part is all of a sudden blind. Like we don't know how or why yet. We just know like, okay, that's fucking fishy.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of this movie, is that it's so subtle.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
at the end there, it kind of.
I had an interesting idea. So let's run through that really quick. So he sells, the wife to the devil to make a baby so that Jesus Antichrist or whatever the fuck, I don't remember what you call that.
The devil, Adrian.
So Marilyn Manson was born. You know?
Marilyn Manson.
So this whole movie's about Marilyn Manson's birth.
Yeah. What if he was born in 1966?
I don't. Well, now I gotta look up when Marilyn
I'm gonna
Manson
Google
was
it.
born.
Yeah. When was Brian, whatever his name is? When was he?
Well, keep talking and I'll Google.
So
1969.
that'd be funny.
Oh, is that when he was born?
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Interesting.
that.
It's a 3-year gap though.
Yeah.
Close enough. It's canon.
Yep.
Yeah, yep. It is. That's what it is now.
Manson's baby.
Stamped. Boom. All right.
Rosemary's Baby, Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson is Mia Farrow's child.
Yes. So the movie progresses as we start getting, she's not feeling right about the pregnancy.
She cuts her hair.
She cuts her hair, which is fine. I liked it. I don't know why he was a fucking hater.
Yeah, it's the Val Sassoon.
Did not.
Yeah, it's Vidal Sassoon.
Yeah.
Of course. Why didn't you like it?
I wasn't a fan of the style.
All right. Yeah, well, you don't like her anyway. She's too skinny for you.
Well, she's quite skinny.
She's real skinny in this.
And that was
That
another
was the
thing.
The point
That
in the
was another
movie,
thing.
she was losing weight.
Exactly. She was losing weight. It was a backwards pregnancy.
She was a good actress.
Yeah.
Did all sorts. She was good in this movie.
And she starts feeling more and more crazy as she's trying to figure out what the fuck's going on and more paranoid as more things
Well, it
come
wasn't
to
even
light.
just the paranoia; it was the pain too.
I know. I was just saying she was growing more
yeah.
paranoid as like things were happening.
Because the doctor kept telling her, "Oh, it's normal. It'll be gone in a couple days."
Yeah. I
And
like
it's
how
like
she did make that joke
Months
too.
in the pregnancy, and she's in severe pain every day.
I like how she
And
did make that
she couldn't
joke.
exactly Google anything.
And this is the part of the movie where all the men are like, "No, don't read any books. Don't talk to your friends. Don't."
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the doctor was saying that.
Well, the doctor and the
husband.
Yeah.
Well, of
Yeah.
course the husband's going to say that. He's fucking making bank now.
Well, that's.
Well, after she got done and wanted the second opinion, he kept saying, "Those bitches."
Well, yeah, because he
Yeah.
knows if she goes for a second
Yeah.
opinion, that the whole thing might get fucked up.
Well, yeah, but that's
The,
all.
the, the other doctors might be, it's time for a schmishmorshman.
Yeah. Schmishmortion. Should have got that schmortion.
Yeah.
But because she's got the neighbors telling her one thing, the husband's telling her the same thing, and then the doctor. They're all, the only time she gets any relief is those bitch friends of hers.
Yeah,
that
but here's the thing. It's so
are filling
fucking,
her friends with all
it's
that
always,
feminist garbage.
it's always a red flag when your husband tells you you're not allowed to hang out with other people
Or read books.
or read books.
These are red flags, people. If anybody tells you this, run and start reading books.
read books,
And get
Yeah.
a second opinion.
get second opinions, get third
but
opinions.
not Dr. Hill.
But don't go to fucking Dr. Hill. That cocksucker.
Do not.
That was a big point in the movie too, because even
I was with
the
her.
man that thought he was doing the right thing for this woman was doing the wrong thing and handing
Did
it to
he
the-
think he was doing the right thing, or
He
was
did,
he
that's why
a
he
part
did
of
it.
it?
I think he thought he was doing the right thing. He
No.
wasn't part of it.
I think he was a part of
I
it.
don't think he was a part of that.
I think he was a part
Whether
of
he
it.
was a part of it or not, he still had respect for the other doctor.
Yeah, he took the respect of the man over
Yep.
everything that a woman said to him.
Yeah,
You know?
still fucked.
Yeah. You gotta listen to women.
Yeah, so she does go to get a second opinion, and she tells them everything about all the research that she found out about the witches and her suspicions as to what's happening. She goes to Dr. Hill. And she's like, "Thank fucking Christ that you are here to help me." And he's like, "Yeah, we'll help you." And he puts her in a room and then brings out the fucking devil himself.
Yeah. Brings the husband back and they,
And with Dr. Picklefucker.
pickle fucker. I think one of them shoots him up.
Yeah, and then it's needle time. Yay. But the fucked up thing was I was so happy when she said everything, and then he was like, "Okay, that's cool. Can I keep this book?" You know, and she's like, "Oh, so you believe me?" And he's like, "I don't believe in witches, but I do believe that there's crazy enough people to be out there and do these things to you. I think that there's, that could be a thing."
Yeah.
And she's just like, "Oh my God." The relief on her face was,
And it was all for naught.
well, yeah, I know that. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
in that moment, I was like, fuck yeah. Somebody's listening.
Yeah. But that's good. I gotta give it up.
Yes,
to
that's what I'm saying. It's good. It's good,
good
acting.
movie stuff, man.
So then
Mm-hmm.
she gets fucked over, and then she gets the baby ripped out of her. And then the ending happened. And I know you want to talk about the ending.
Yep.
Tell me about the ending.
So the ending, she is in bed and they're trying to drug her and keep her down and just let her heal up from the thing. And they told her that the baby's dead. So they're pilling her and trying to keep her down so they can, get this baby. But they're stupid. And they kept the baby in the fucking room across the hall or next door.
Right next door. Yeah.
Right
On the
fucking
other
next door.
side of her fucking bed.
Idiots,
She
like a
stopped
bunch of
taking the pills,
satanic
too.
morons.
And played little tucky games.
Yeah, and don't forget about the fact they were still taking her milk.
Oh yes, they were
Yeah.
taking
What are
her
you doing
breast
with
milk.
it? Oh,
We're just throwing it
we're
away.
throwing it away.
Yeah, they
right.
were shitty at like explaining that away.
So then she is cool because she was sneaky with her pills and didn't take them. And she gets up and she walks in the other room and all the old fucking Satanists are sitting in there chilling, drinking, hanging out with a baby. And I like it because it's dead silent. There's no score. And she's just walking in and she goes, shut up.
With a knife in her hand.
Yeah,
by the
with a
way.
big butcher knife in her hand.
Yeah.
You need to go back to bed.
Yeah, and she's
Yep.
like, shut up. You're in Dubrovnik. I don't hear you.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
It's because I think the Castavet guy lied and was like, I got to go to Dubrovnik
Oh,
to
okay.
travel.
Okay.
And so,
Which is funny.
yeah,
He lied.
I almost
Yeah.
want to play the audio because it's silent and then she walks up to the baby.
I do like that, like, people look at her and they like concerned for like a second and then they just sit the fuck back down.
Yeah, because it's a little complicated. It's like that
Yeah, they're
lady
like, they're like, oh shit, here's Rosemary with a knife. Should we be concerned? Nah. And they
right.
sit back down and
Yeah, because she's the mom, she's not going to go kill her baby. Right?
Yeah.
which I was
That'd be weird.
100% expecting.
That's what you were expecting?
I was expecting her to go to that crib and just slice,
Oh,
chop.
damn.
Yep. Like, I'm not going to let this baby's soul be sacrificed to the devil. I'd rather let God have it or something like that,
Damn.
Let God sort it out.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
that's
for
what I
sure either her or the
expected.
baby were gonna
Okay.
die.
But what happens is it's totally silent and she peels the veil across, so she can see the baby. And then without saying anything, her hand goes to her mouth and her eyes get super big. And then that weird, I don't know what instrument that is, that weird music starts.
I don't know. I wasn't really. I didn't catch
You never see the baby. She just says, what did you do to its eyes? And I like it when you don't see
Yeah.
something, and that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they
yeah.
describe a little more to it too, besides the eyes.
Well, they did say like it has its
Look-
father's eyes and hands and feet, or like look at its hands and feet.
which
I
I would
guess I didn't
assume
see
it's maybe
that.
claws and hooves.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought too. But I mean, I don't know because we never saw it.
but Rosemary's reaction to it is so good. It sells. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, because she's expecting a normal ass baby. She had no indication at all that it was like, a devil baby.
Yeah.
Right. And that makes me
She
wonder,
still thought it was guys.
yeah, because she's like, what do you mean? Guys' eyes are regular.
Yeah, he has normal eyes. And
Which I don't understand that whole original scene, anyways. When he's like, "Oh, I didn't want to miss baby night." Why wouldn't he just say, "Well, when you passed out, you fell down" or something?
because she
Instead of being like,
probably
"I
felt that she
raped
had.
you."
She probably felt like she had been fucked.
Yeah.
So that was just
Yeah.
to cover that base.
Yeah.
I don't know. That
Be like, yeah, we still did it.
Yeah, she was gonna get pregnant. And you can't really explain it. If you're like, well, all I know is that I fell down and hit my head, and then boom, pregnant.
Yeah. There'd be more questions probably.
Although
Well, she probably wouldn't have known for a while.
if she would have eaten that whole mouse,
She's eating the whole mouse.
in the dream they kept saying mouse too, and they
Yeah,
made
she got
references
bit
to
by
mouse.
a mouse.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
they kept saying. Yeah.
And it was a reference to the moose.
That's weird.
With the weird undertaste.
It's weird
Yeah.
undertaste, which is a weird thing to say anyway.
I didn't like the way they. I was like, don't call it an undertaste. That's weird.
That's like something.
But
you
no,
have
I did like her fucking sassy ass attitude when she's like takes the fucking thing and she takes the bites and she's like, "It's delicious, no undertaste at all,"
Yeah.
and then just dumps it in her lap.
Yeah. Yeah. Because her husband's abusive as fuck.
Mentally,
Oh.
not physically. Although the one thing that he
Yeah.
did that I appreciated was that he was all about Yamaha.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that.
What?
Yeah, he was
a-
like because part of his acting gig was he was like selling Yamaha and he was in Yamaha commercials.
Oh, really?
So there was like
Y-
Yamaha
yeah.
race bike motorcycle commercial like that she like jumps in front of the TV to stare at.
He was huddled in front of the TV while she was in the other room, and he's like, "Babe, this is a perfect place for my Yamaha commercial." And like, you just keep
Yeah.
talking about Yamaha.
I own 2 of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not even recognize any of that Yamaha stuff.
And then I was like, "Oh wait, what year is this? Oh, never mind. My bike's not invented yet."
Oh.
But yeah, apparently in 1966 is when that was supposed to take place. So Yamaha had won 3 titles by then. I really did want to look that up, but I did not.
Oh, damn. I wanted to pull a U and
Okay.
give you some 1968. What was going on? What
Oh
was going
fuck!
on?
I forgot to do that.
Yeah. Do you want
Some good cars were released.
A year of great change and upheaval in the United States, marked by political and social turbulence, the assassination of 2 civil rights leaders, and the Vietnam War. Martin Luther King and RFK were assassinated.
RFK in
It says
1968.
Robert F. Kennedy was
Was it
assassinated.
1968?
Because the other one's
Okay.
Junior.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
I didn't. I guess I. What was that show? 63 was when JFK went down.
6. Yeah, that or 4. One of the 2. I can't remember.
Well, there's that whole TV show that me and Donnie were gonna watch together,
Yeah.
we watched a chunk of it together.
Yeah. but it was like 11/22/63 or something like that.
Yeah, good fucking surprising acting from James Franco.
Yeah.
The Apollo 8 orbited the fucking moon.
What movies came out? What horror movies were out?
Oh, shit, man. Give me a second.
How did you not? You're just looking up regular ass things that happened in
Well,
1968.
yeah, that's what typically.
Dave,
you
what
do.
cars came out? What are your favorites of 1968?
I'm a big fan of the Charger.
What
I
about
like the 69 and 70 better.
was the CUDA out
68 is
and
nice.
then?
Yes, but I'm not as big of a fan. I like the 70s better.
Okay.
It looks like Night of the Living Dead came out that year.
Yeah, dog.
Because most of those during that year were like a hatchback.
Oh my gosh.
They didn't look
there's
real great.
just-
When did they have that big dumb fucking spoiler?
Oh, the Charger Daytona or the
Yeah.
Superbird,
Yeah.
depending on if it's Dodge or Plymouth. That was, I want to say 69.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that. 68 or 69.
69 was a very interesting year too.
This one was competing with 2001's A Space Odyssey.
I just mentioned that today, and I will tell you why. Okay?
And Planet of the Apes.
I will tell you why I brought up 2001: A Space Odyssey.
And the Yellow
Every
Submarine.
morning on the radio, during sunrise, they play that song from that movie. And I don't know, like that. Dun, dun,
Oh,
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
That. They do that every morning for when the sun rises. And the other day, somebody had asked, like, they were like, oh, isn't this from something other than that? And I was like, no. And I couldn't remember what the fucking movie was called. So then this morning, I got to work and then just yelled, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Nice.
People
I
like,
needed to
what
get
was
it
that
out of my
hell?
brain. I needed to get it up. Well, Melissa knew exactly what the fuck I was talking about.
69.
69 was
Chitty
that big
Chitty
spoiler?
Bang Bang came out in 19.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. That is not a horror movie, but it's terrifying as a child.
Isn't there like something about that movie? Something
It's with a car
weird.
that can fly or whatever. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Chitty,
No,
chitty,
there's like a
bang,
dead
chitty,
person in
chitty,
the
bang,
background
chitty,
or
chitty, bang,
something. There's some kind of
The
No.
only part I remember with that is Ace Ventura.
What? Explain yourself.
Yeah.
When he's driving in the Jeep,
What about it?
yelling
Keep
chitty
talk-
chitty bang bang while he's driving.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember
I
that?
do not
No.
remember that.
I don't
I'll have to
remember
pull
that
up a
either.
thing after this.
Chitty
Yeah.
Chitty Bang Bang. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about other things now. Feminism. What do you think of it?
What do I think of it?
Yes.
How do you feel about women's suffrage?
I just believe that feminism is that women deserve equal rights.
What did I ask you?
Women's suffrage.
What about it?
I think
Are
they
you for
suffer
it
a
or are you
lot.
against it?
I don't think women should suffer.
Good answer.
Way to skirt it just enough to not say that you don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what that means necessarily.
The right to vote.
It was women's right to vote. So if you
Oh,
said
is
that you
it?
were against women's suffrage, it meant you were against women's right to vote.
Okay, so
Which
I
is the
didn't-
stupidest name for
Yeah,
that.
so it's always
It
funny.
is.
Like,
It's
how do you
so
feel about women's
backwards.
suffrage? And they're like, well, I'm against this. I'm
The
against it.
suffrage of women.
That's like a
Yeah.
tricky thing men probably did to get people to not support women's.
Oh, probably.
They were like, we want to vote, and we're like, we're gonna make it really hard for you.
Right here, Al.
You
There's
don't
no
have
sound.
to play it right now.
There's no sound, but
Oh, that's
it's during that part.
that would be Pet Detective. What was the second one called? Nature Calls.
Yeah, that's Nature
Yeah.
Calls. I'm not as familiar with that one. I just remember him crawling out of
But
a
that's
fucking
the
rhino's
scene I was
butthole.
talking about.
Yeah.
Do you
That's
think?
all I remember from that.
Do you? Correct. Do you think this movie is feminist? Pro or
I would
anti-feminism?
say that it's. I have a hard time with it because I know Roman Polanski.
But you also have to consider the novel because that's where the source material.
materials from. Okay,
and
so
that's,
I would honestly,
R11.
if I shut out any prior knowledge, just looking at this by itself, I would say that it is fairly feminist because you're getting her point of view and you're seeing the bullshit that she has to go through. So it's giving you that perspective to hopefully, with anybody who has any kind of empathy, can look at that and be like, this is a shitty way to live, right?
Mhm.
And so you're
Yeah.
seeing the gaslighting.
You can see that she has less
I'm hoping
rights.
that like guys aren't watching it and being like, yeah, those bitches, they just need to shut the fuck up and not tell you how to live your life. But
Yeah.
you know, people Teach his own,
Yeah,
whatever.
definitely the whole movie I was sitting there thinking, man, I just can't believe she's not even listening to her husband.
Yeah,
It's fucking
right?
ridiculous.
Just eat the fucking cakes. Drink the drinks.
Right?
Eat the mouse.
Be a good girl.
Your neighbor made you a nicely cooked mouse. Just fucking eat it.
Yeah. There were definitely moments like you would see, and I don't know if it was supposed to be intentional or if it's something that like feels sneaky, but like you could see the moments when they're like trying to force her stuff that she's not catching on.
Oh yeah.
That she does eventually catch on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's also fucking young. What the hell? How old is she supposed to be in this movie?
I don't know. They're definitely young.
Yeah. She's like a young fucking person. And your brain's not fully developed till you're 26.
Yeah.
You know, she's probably not. This is still a young person, you know? So she's probably real susceptible to, you know, stupid shit that young people get
And you know what?
sucked into.
It was also progressive because she's the one who asked for the chitty chitty bang bang. I just wanted to say it in that reference.
Nice. All right. Witchcraft. Do you believe in it?
Yep.
Dave? Dave nods.
Yes.
Donnie?
I don't really
Oh,
know
you
what
couldn't see it,
for.
but I
we
nodded.
can't see her nodding.
No. Okay. So we're all, except for me, on
I don't
board
know
with
to
witchcraft.
what extent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they
Mhm.
can cast lightning out of their fingers, or you know, who knows? I guess.
Well, you've never seen a witch in person, then.
Yeah, I guess I do believe in witchcraft. I believe in like
I don't know. I know
certain.
something has
certain
to
things.
exist. You know.
Yeah,
I believe
I
in
think
it.
to some extent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like they like I've known people that they've been about like manifesting stuff, and one of my coworkers actually did that one year where her and her family sat down around Thanksgiving, and they're like, instead of doing a traditional like whatever bullshit, we did this manifest thing, and a good chunk of it like came true. Like her husband works for a company as well. He's a higher up. He part of his thing was for like a promotion, and he got it. So like
Cool.
I think it does exist in some frame, just not to some. Like for example, Dave saying shooting lightning out of their fingers. Yeah, I don't think that's a.
Right. But yeah. I hear you.
Right now,
If I was forced into any religion, like gun to my head, like you have to pick a religion, I'd probably pick witchcraft.
well,
Witchcraft
Whether-
or Wiccan
Yeah.
or like what
It's-
degree?
it's a-
Because there's a lot of different
it's
types
like
of
saying-
degrees.
I would pick something.
Stevie Nicks is a witch.
Something like
I would go for the flying spaghetti monster.
There you go.
You know about that, right?
Oh, sure.
That was
Okay,
a
okay,
reference.
okay. We don't need to cover it. But
I'm
yeah,
gonna have to get a bigger collar.
words are spells. Like things we say matters.
That's fair. That's correct. Yeah. You can put stuff out there
Yeah.
for sure. You can make stuff happen.
That's
With
why I
just
try not to
words.
be like negative to people and don't say like, "Fuck you, you cocksucker."
That's, yeah. That's
That's-
true. That's a real direct way of
that's
like
that's a
how
curse. You know, that's
you can
like
affect other people
yeah.
just with words.
It's with words.
You yell words at me all the time, Al.
I know, but you love it.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway,
Did anybody read or hear about the novel of this?
I did not read it. I only knew about it because I knew that he had gotten the book. Like Roman Polanski got the book and was told to read it and see what he thought about adapting it to a movie, and he was all for it.
I didn't know shit.
I never read it either. I do hear that it's like a short, easy read though.
Yeah.
It's like 260.
Well, this was a
pages.
long movie.
Well, it better
Yeah.
be big letters.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pages.
Wait, how many pages?
260? Is that a lot?
I ain't
That's
got
not
time
too bad.
for that.
Okay.
Grab one of the grab that book. That's way more than that.
This book right here?
Yeah, the one on top.
Yeah, all right. Let's see what we got. This is Original Gangsters, Dr. Dre, Easy Easy, and Ice Cube, Tupac Shakur, and the Birth of West Coast Rap. We're looking at at least 300. That's 400 plus pages.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty meaty
Inch and a
sized
half
book.
thick.
Yeah, that's a pretty good book. If
Well,
I
an
read
inch and a
this book,
quarter.
I would think
Inch
I
and a
was
quarter.
very smart. Very smart.
That is a book you'd probably like, actually.
Probably. Yeah. But it has to have big words, big letters. So
That's
Big
what I
lip.
was saying.
not big words, little dumb words for me. Let's see. My last thing is this was produced by William Castle. Does anybody know who William Castle is?
Nope.
No clue.
Nope.
All right. I get to tell you guys about William Castle.
Teach me.
So William Castle
Learn me.
was a guy back in like the 50s, real old guy. He produced a whole lot of movies. And his whole thing, he was famous because he used to do those weird, the weird movies where they'd put like a shocker in your seat and you'd watch The Tingler and, it'd be about a monster that electrocutes people.
So they were trying to do like that
Tingler,
4D
huh?
style.
Yeah, he did all the
They're trying to do like
gimmicks.
the 4D movie theater kind
He
of thing.
did 13 Ghosts and a House on Haunted Hill.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. He was very famous. He produced a fuck ton of horror
13
movies back in
Ghosts.
the day.
That was a good movie.
Actually, I thought that would have been one of your favorites.
It's up there.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Kind of
For
forgot
sure.
about that one.
Is that the one with
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
I really do like that one. That one's good.
Yeah, dude, I don't mind that one either. But that was that guy. He did all sorts of weird. He was like he was really into trying to revamp,
He was innovating and
elevate the
Mhm.
theater going experience.
that's cool.
So he passed away right after this movie. From they kind of chalk it up to the curse of this film
Speaking of the whole
because it was soon
4D situation, Razor has some kind of a seat cushion thing that goes on your seat that does the same thing he was just talking about.
Razer,
they made
the gaming company.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's some kind of-
not Motorola Razer.
No, it's some kind of thing you put on your seat for when you're playing certain games at work or whatever. It'll tingle your ass or your back.
That's
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I think it was designed kind of for like driving simulators, so like
Oh.
you feel the bumps and
Yeah.
I don't know much about it. I just happened to see
Or
it.
maybe gamers just need some massages.
Maybe it's stressful gaming,
I mean, it's a lot of sitting.
flying around on the digital highway.
You need one of those reactive vests,
Yeah.
so it actually feels like a nice, not quite like a bullet hit, but a nice good punch to the chest.
Yeah.
Make you not want to get shot anymore.
I watched a video where a kid like made like some hammer system that would hit him in the shoulder every time he clicked.
Oh, I've seen that video.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Gives them a lot of ooga-doogas.
Yeah.
So we got the movie pretty much covered.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
guys are
Donnie,
really
Yeah.
wanting to talk
there's something I
about
want to ask you.
Oh yeah, we got to get into the whole plans.
First of all,
Uncle
I'm
Touchy.
gonna talk about this because this is a big thing that happened to Roman Polanski and it affected him for the rest of his life.
We should call him Uncle Touchy.
Well, all right. So I think it was
It is
1969.
complicated. Roman Polanski, I would say you can't just say he's this person.
No, I'm just saying. Let me explain. Have you seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
If I did, it was a long time. I don't remember it, so we'll say
Okay.
no.
We know Dave doesn't like it. He keeps making fart butt noises. He didn't like it, but I liked it because I knew what it was about, and I was really into the
Some
topic
of
at
it
the
was
time.
okay,
And
but
he
it was
can't
so
talk
boring.
about this motherfucker without bringing up that movie.
No,
Yeah,
we
he's
can't.
obsessed
we can't
with
because
this goddamn
I love that
trash.
movie. Actually,
All
fuck,
right.
that might be my favorite one.
Tie this movie to Roman Polanski
Well,
because
guess
he's in
what,
it for
Johnny?
10
You're gonna sit
not
in for
even
me
10
on that
seconds,
one.
like 3 seconds of that movie. So tie it to Roman Polanski.
Okay, what the movie is about following. You're following a stunt guy and an actor, and they move into this house on the Hollywood Hills, and
Yeah.
Brad Pitt is like, he meets this girl on the street, and like she's like, hey, you want to come hang out at my place? And he goes out there, and he ends up going to Spawn Ranch. And I don't know if you know what Spawn Ranch is.
It's the Manson people.
It's the fucking man. I was gonna build up to it more, but I guess I should go faster.
Go faster.
Okay, so Roman Polanski's wife, or girlfriend at the time, was Sharon Tate, and she was pregnant with his child, and she was murdered by the Manson family.
Shit.
That was the Manson murder.
It was Roman Polanski's house that they went to.
But the funny part is Manson technically didn't have anything to do directly with
He
it.
did.
Like, he wasn't there.
He sent them there.
Oh,
But it
yes,
was
but
because
I'm just saying
he
wasn't,
didn't know.
yeah.
He was going to try to talk to somebody else. Like, he was trying to get his album started. And so there was a music producer that used to live in that house, but that guy had moved out, and Roman Polanski moved Sharon Tate and their friends into that house. And he hadn't even fucking been there either yet. You know, they're moving around. He's a busy guy. And that's when Manson, like, he had stopped there before to talk to him, and they were like, oh, he doesn't live here anymore. But he was also on a lot of fucking drugs. And he was like, bullshit, right? And so then later he sent Tex and all them to go over and try to extort some money out of him, but it went sideways and everyone was fucking killed. So his girlfriend and his baby were murdered by the Manson family.
Correct.
Okay, fucking crazy.
Right after this movie was...
Right after
this movie was in theaters when that happened.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah. So he's right there. Also, Roman Polanski actually escaped the Holocaust.
I didn't know
Really?
that. I didn't know that.
He's very interesting to listen to. He was talking about how he had his dad cut the fence to let him go out. And I think his father survived, but I don't know if he ever saw him again. So
Holy shit.
He survived. He escaped the Holocaust.
So to sum up so far, he escaped the Holocaust, and his wife, who was pregnant with his kid, was killed by the Manson family.
Correct. So
Okay.
sympathetic character at this point, right?
Unborn child.
Yeah.
Unborn
But, yeah.
child. Yes.
Right.
All right. Now we
She
get
was
into
like 8 months pregnant.
we get into
Oh, yeah, but we're just,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
now we can get into Mr. Polanski's crime.
And why it's fucking shocking that he made a movie. Because
I would argue it's not shocking. So in 1977, which is
Okay.
a decade after this movie, obviously,
Mhm.
he raped and drugged a 13-year-old.
Oh.
Ooh.
This brings up a fun word for me that I think we should bring back, which is quaalude.
What do you mean?
He gave her a quaalude.
Wait, what do you
which
mean?
I had to ask my boss, what the hell is a quaalude?
You never heard of Quaaludes?
Well,
Have you ever
I've
seen
always
Wolf
heard
on
it.
Wall Street?
For sure, but what the hell is it? They just talk about it. I've never seen
It was an
a
actual
quaalude.
pharmaceutical drug for a while.
Yeah.
That was,
Okay.
It
cut
was
out.
its own thing, and then
Yeah.
they got rid of it.
Okay. Because I was like,
And
nobody
people
ever
abused
says
it.
quaalude anymore.
Yeah.
But
so basically you watch that scene where he's driving his, I believe it's a Lamborghini, and it looks like he's driving normal in his head. And then you see how he actually is driving as he's just slamming into everything. And
Yeah.
that,
It shows
I
the
laughed
different
so
of
hard at
perspectives.
that. Yeah.
So he was assaulting this 13-year-old. Now, here's the weird part. He was assaulting her at Jack Nicholson's house.
Now, was this like multiple
Ooh.
times?
No, this
Like,
is one time.
This is why the
One
Diddy
time.
thing
so
was
he didn't
funny.
like hold her there. It was,
No, he's definitely,
yeah.
it was,
Well, I just
said-
didn't know.
She
Yeah.
said it was 10 minutes. So 'cause she's
Well, if she's
kind
high
of-
on Quaaludes, it could have been hours.
Well, it's a whole thing, but
Yeah.
it's further discussion. Anyway, she's at Jack Nicholson's house, and the thing that stopped the assault was Angelica Houston came and was suspicious of what was going on behind the locked door and pounded on it. So I just find that fascinating that it was at Jack Nicholson's house, and Angelica Houston is the one who sort of
I don't know who Angelica Houston is.
She was in the Addams Family, right?
Yes.
Morticia.
Yeah, she's very famous. She's
Okay.
I love her. She's in Witches.
I got you now. I got you. Yeah, that is interesting.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Super
Holy
weird.
shit.
So that victim, I watched interviews and she's like, I wouldn't call him a predator. I wouldn't call him a pedophile. It was 10 minutes. We have a weird relationship now where we talk. They've talked. I don't know if they talk, but they've talked. She was kind of sympathetic towards him.
Yeah, but that's also a fucking
That's-
Stockholm.
Yeah.
She could have been coming on to him the whole time.
It's also
just the
it's
fact
really
that
hard
she
to
was
comment on it because
underage,
it's
yeah.
their thing.
It was
Yeah.
this interview was 36 years after the fact.
Yeah.
So this is a grown woman who had reflected on this for decades
And came to terms.
That's a
and
good
had
point.
come to terms with the situation. And when I was left with that, I was kind of like, man, because he pled guilty. And then the shocking part is that he had pled guilty and was going to get sentenced and there was going to be this thing. And then the judge said, if you don't voluntarily leave the country, you're going to go to jail or whatever. And he left.
Yeah, he fucked off to
Shit.
France.
He fucked off to France.
How are you even allowed?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, when I heard them frame it like that, I was like, he did exactly what you asked. You wanted him to voluntarily leave the country. He fucking
So
left.
he did.
So it's complicated, but there's reportedly 5 total assault victims. I have no idea any other stories, but that kind of lost me. I was like, well, if there's a bunch more allegations, maybe he's a creep.
Yeah, but he's just been kind of hiding there and has never come back.
Yeah, that's true. So,
God damn.
and another thing that was interesting is he tried to use COVID as a sort of cover because he was like, so listen, I'll go back to court, but since it's COVID, I'll do it via Zoom so that I don't have to show up there. But I will do it,
Yeah.
So he's kind of this, it's complicated.
Well, he still was able to keep making movies, apparently.
Yeah. John, there's the, what the hell is it? Roman Polanski. What the hell do you call that thing that you get a bunch of people to sign?
Petition.
The Polanski petition, where it was a bunch of really famous people that came out in defense of him, trying to get charges dropped or whatever. But
Oh,
it's,
boy.
Is this after-
It's very complicated.
Is this after Me Too or before?
kind of
The
a little
petition.
bit before, I believe, because some of them came and walked it back.
Yeah.
So it's
Because
complicated.
then there was the Weinstein things came out, and
Yep. Weinstein was one of the people that signed
which
the
brings
letter.
up the whole topic of this
the
movie
petition.
and all these fucking movies, any fucking Miramax, whatever. The separation of art and artist.
Yeah,
And we've brought that up several times.
right. Because this movie is fantastic, and there's a lot of people involved
Mhm.
that are not Roman Polanski,
Yeah.
and it's a good movie. He made that movie Chinatown. It's supposed to be really good. Repulsion.
You haven't seen Chinatown?
No.
Oh, of course not. It's not a horror movie.
But
But it's got Jack Nicholson in it.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like I have seen that movie, but it wasn't a horror movie, so I don't remember it. Didn't log it in the old. But
I don't know. I've only seen 2 of them. 2 of his movies.
yeah, Repulsion, China, The Pianist apparently is a good one. The Ninth Gate, which I feel like I saw and liked. So he's really good. And what do you do? He's not Harvey Weinstein, where he was like serial raping every woman that he saw.
Wasn't he the one that had
Right.
some button in his office that would like close the door or something? Who was that?
I think that was one of the news people. I remember that.
Jabba's Palace.
I can't
was
remember.
one of the-
I know he had some button behind his desk that he could hit and it would like lock the door so they couldn't get out.
Jesus Christ.
You're thinking of Jabba the Hutt.
I can't
trap
handle
door.
these motherfucking people in this world.
Well, that's what happens when you get famous, I guess.
I don't know.
Jeez.
If you are, here's some red flags, people. If you have a kid and that kid is going to go talk to some old person that's in a movie, or they're a model and they want to go take photos, go with the child. Don't just send
Well, yeah.
your child to go meet a director, a photographer, anybody. Don't do that.
Because guess what? It could be Donnie.
Well,
What?
this stuff, Roman Polanski, I saw one accusation that was much more recent. It was in the 2000s. And I was like, in the year of our Lord 2024, if we're still sending our children, our minor children, to go hang out with musicians, directors, go with the fucking kid. Just be safe.
There's a lot of crazy stuff with, a lot of these big time, like Michael Jackson, for example, like all those crazy accusations. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I know that there was parents that literally would send their kids just to like stay with him, and they wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
not
stuff
great.
like
Don't
that.
do
Is,
that
I mean, that's.
But also money is a fucking factor too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he took care of them.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's fucking making it rain.
Yeah.
Yes, I did the hand motion.
When you're worth billions, what's a couple mil? To us, a couple mil is, I mean, that's life changing.
Yeah. Well, barely now.
Oh, it still is. It gets you completely out of debt.
I don't know. Sometimes it feels like I'm pretty bad.
You're telling me a couple
I
million
don't
dollars
really
would
have a
get you
couple
out of
$1 million
debt?
worth of debt, Dave. I'm just exaggerating.
$1 million isn't a lot when you're bad with money.
But $1 million would not allow me to quit my job.
I make bad financial
Yeah, no.
decisions.
It's like those memes where it's like, I wouldn't tell anyone that I won the lottery, but there would be signs. And it's just like, yeah, of course I'm gonna be wearing like a mink coat everywhere I go. People be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, well, I just,
I'm gonna have a
spend my
platinum
paycheck on
diamond
this.
grill.
No, you just got to say, I'm thrifty.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Saw this at Goodwill.
Yeah. And no, Dave, I wasn't going to sing Macklemore.
I was gonna make a reference.
So should we
Because
rate
he
this
can
thing?
next to the R. Kelly sheets.
Yeah, let's rate it.
I got you, Opie.
R. Kelly's sheets and P. Diddy's baby oil and what other?
Are you familiar with that song, Opie?
So we can actually let's start with
Macklemore?
Donnie.
Yeah,
This will
Donnie.
be his first official rating on this sheet, but he'll have other ratings once we go back and.
Oh, for this movie, I think honestly, if I was rating this in high school in my like adolescent mind, I would rate it low because I think I would have thought it very boring. But I like looking back at it now. I remember reading through stuff where people were talking about how older horror movies are very effective with suspense without using just all these random sound effects and shit, just jump scares and cheap shit like that.
And it's not all gore porn.
Yeah, so like that's a big thing for me watching this. It was really refreshing to just kind of like, wow, it's suspenseful without all these random noises. But it's also just a really good plot, and I love a good slow burn movie.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna go with we'll go with a 9. I think this is a 9 for me.
Nice. Have you looked at the sheet yet, Donnie?
I haven't, no.
It's pinned in Opie's movie channel, so you'll actually be able to see it.
What you're saying is enter your own damn numbers, Donnie.
No,
no,
he's
no,
doing it.
I'm
He's
doing
doing
it.
it.
Yeah.
So I want to hear Al's rating because he has never rated this movie.
Yeah, I did. I rated it a 5.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna stab you in the face.
What?
You're not giving this movie the.
No, last time I gave it a 5.
I'm still gonna kill you
Why?
because it's disrespectful.
No,
You didn't even watch it.
What, last time? I did watch it. I just didn't pay
I
attention.
do
to
have a
it.
pen in my hand. I could
Put it the fuck down or you're going to drop it for the umpteenth time.
That's true. All right, what's a real rating?
Okay, so It'll be higher. I did like it. Now, some of the things that I noticed that were really interesting, like my thoughts kept going to the fact that like Donnie was saying, is a completely different style, and it did feel a little drawn out, but at the same time, I kept thinking about how there was no special effects and there was no. It felt like the movies nowadays are chopped so much to like go beat, and not letting like emotion and facial expressions really sink in and to feel the movie. It didn't feel like it was made in the normal Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 sequence of events. It just kind of played out. So like there was the moment when after she gave birth to the baby, it felt like the movie should end there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then it was like another half hour of
Not longer.
What?
I said if not longer.
Yeah,
It felt pretty
like
long at the end.
of like the nurses stealing her titty milk and her hiding the pills, and like her hiding the pills again the next day, and then her hiding the pills again the next day, when like a movie nowadays would have been like, do that one scene, move on.
Yeah.
Just kind of drug it out a little more. And I don't know if that's weird to watch it in a different time. You know what? I don't know. It's weird, but I did like it. The movie didn't end how I expected it to, because I don't even think we mentioned it, but she doesn't kill the baby and she goes over to it and becomes its mom, and kind of it makes it feel like she accepts the baby.
Yeah. And it ends with la 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 la.
Yes, it does. That was just as creepy as in the movie too.
Good. Because
Yeah, I was just getting silence over here. So I was like,
You didn't hear
I
it,
think
Donnie?
that should be our closer.
No, I heard it initially, but there was a lot of silence between someone saying something.
Oh no, he was doing it for a while, but
yeah.
but yeah. So I think I'm gonna go 8.5.
8.
Just because the only thing that brings it down is it was too long.
What a little bitch.
It was too long. And there was too many weird points, and I did get mad at the fact that she talked to that doctor when she shouldn't have fucking talked to that doctor.
You don't know what it's like to be a woman.
It doesn't have to do with the fact that I'm a woman or not. If I don't trust somebody, I'm not going to tell them everything that I don't trust. Like if I don't trust you, I'm going to be like, guess what? Okay, I think that Dave is trying to murder me, and I think that you're a part of it. Why would I tell you that?
Don't forget I was trying to steal your Oreos.
Steal my Oreos.
Yeah, because you don't know that I'm part of it. You just suspect it. But you're young and naive, so you assume the best in me.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you about it now.
Yeah. And then I'm going to be like, Dave, Al's on to us.
Yeah, and then you guys are going to attack me with a hypodermic needle and then fucking cut my poop baby out of me.
That's right.
What?
Yeah, like Stan Marsh's dad, Randy.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I give this movie a 10. It is a perfect ending. I love the fact that you never see the baby. You just see Mira Farrow's reaction, and it's amazing. This movie's perfectly paced and looks great and is perfect in every single way. Al doesn't really know what a good movie is, so that's it.
This is going to be fun.
What's Dave's score?
Well, I felt that a lot of it was, there's quite a few things that were drawn out a little too long for me.
God damn it.
But as far as the movie itself went, I really did enjoy it. And I've seen it once before.
Yeah.
And I didn't appreciate it as much as I did the second time. Because I rated it...
This is bringing up a really good point, by the way.
But when I watched it this second time now, there was a lot more that I actually appreciated from, like Donnie said, like the slow burn. I like stuff like that where there's more story. You know, I do like action. I like, just bang, bang, shoot 'em up, quick go through it, but it was enjoyable. But there was some stuff that was like, holy buckets. They just keep, it's like one scene that just kept going. And it's like, oh man, it went a little too long.
Like the booty scene.
Yeah, some of that.
Booty scene?
Yeah, you know, the one where she makes the move on him and is like, let's
Let's make
Oh yeah, when they're
love.
taking
let's
their
get booty
clothes
on
off
this,
for half
on
hour.
this
Yeah,
hard, cold floor.
They could have been like,
It-
they could have like started to take their clothes off and then cut. That was plenty. Like, they
yeah,
didn't-
but reality isn't cinematic, so
It's
Yeah.
not, this didn't really happen, Donnie.
yes, it did.
It did.
This is not a documentary.
This is real.
Yeah. How
I
long-
read it on Wikipedia.
All right.
So I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go with 7.5.
7.5.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I love that reaction.
It was good. Like I said, but it was just
That's
some
the
of
worst
some of
score
it
yet.
drug a little too long for
What
me.
did he rate it before?
Probably like a 6.
Look at the thing.
Dave gave it a 9.5 last time.
You gave it a 9.5 last time and he went
That
down.
can't be
He's
right.
like, I appreciate this movie so much more. Lower score.
Yeah, I do.
I think that's a mistake because I wouldn't have given that a 9.5.
No, he did. He did. He appreciated it because he was smart. He's probably hit his head once or twice since we last watched
Yeah,
it. And
he's
that's-
just doing it to be an outlier here.
Yeah. That's
No, it would probably been more of like a 5 or 6.
Piss off, you two, with your goddamn scores.
It's not that good.
You can fuck yourself.
It was all right.
I
It wasn't
do
bad.
normally.
Well, good, because you get to pick out the next movie, and it's going to be your.
I have to
fucking
pick the
least
movie
favorite.
that I hate the most.
And then, are we going to do this with Donnie too? What are Donnie's favorite and his least favorite?
Yeah.
Are we going to torture
We
him?
could do that. We could do that.
We
We could do that. We
should.
could do that.
Ooh, I was not prepared to have one
Well, you got
ready.
You got time.
You got
we'll do it,
2
We'll do it.
weeks.
Yep. We'll do
2 weeks.
So we're gonna do
What's
Al's
what am I shooting for? My favorite
Yeah,
movie
well,
or like
your
favorite-
least favorite first.
Least favorite. is
least
first.
favorite
Your
first?
least
Okay.
favorite, your most hated horror movie.
Yeah, he's right. That's
But
right. Least
Al's going to be
favorite first.
doing his first and then his favorite. And then we'll do
Okay.
your hated and then your favorite.
Then favorite. Okay.
and then after
Gotcha.
those, do we want to start moving on to
We should.
maybe hit up some of that weird Gorefest stuff, like that whole Serbian film stuff?
Ooh, I'm
Do we
all
want
in when
to
it
do
comes to
those?
fucked up movies. I love fucked up shit.
Let's do that. Because did you hear that the Terrifier 3 just came out?
Yes, I did. And like,
Yes.
Yeah.
was it you, Dave, that was like, I don't want to watch
I don't know.
that.
I'll watch it. I just did not care for the second one. The first one was fine.
I'm with you, Dave.
I
just
didn't like the weird portal in the floor, the sword thing. that just got stupid.
I guess there's a touch more lore, and I don't really like it either. But I do like the fact that we're watching a horror franchise
That's actually
As it
going
happens.
that
as it
grow,
goes.
and we're
Yep.
watching it as
Yeah,
it
well,
comes.
guess what?
And that was
Sm-
crowdfunded.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
Yeah.
that is cool. Is that we're watching the birth of a.
So like I said,
Of a
the first one
franchise.
was just kind of almost like a snuff film in a way. I mean, it was pretty, but
They're both
it
pretty
was
grotesque.
Yeah.
it was good.
And this one
But the second
is
one
supposed to be.
didn't care for.
So what
Just as.
constitutes a franchise? 3?
Probably.
Because Smile 2 is coming out.
Oh
Fuck
yeah.
that movie. You got the juice. She's got the juice. We
that
all got the
movie
juice.
was fantastic until the end.
I didn't.
That cabin shit was dumb. That destroyed the movie for me.
I really
I mean-
love how much you loved the whole juice thing.
It's a perfect. You got to get that soundbite. You've got the juice now.
I
it's-
can't.
But we'll have to do that
I
one.
had to cut it
later.
short.
And then after we get through this stuff, we should probably plan for something for Halloween before we get into the Gorefest stuff.
That's true.
Okay.
Any suggestions coming up towards
Uh,
Halloween?
Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm just kidding. That's not
it's
as serious.
It's not a bad option. I mean, people ought to know what we. Everybody, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good. Oh, this one
Because
I
we've
rated
done a
pretty
few
low.
of them.
I rated that
Like Trick
low.
or Treat, we did that one year.
I rated that
Yeah,
low,
Trick or Treat's
and
awesome.
it's been a movie that I've quoted so fucking much.
What movie?
A movie.
Better Living Through Killing.
That movie sucked.
I rated that one.
That is one.
That might be the one that I have to pick.
Why on earth did you
Yeah.
rate us 8.1111?
I don't fucking know.
It's what I
Because he wanted to be a pain in
I
my
took
ass,
Opie's
that's why.
documents and put them on this sheet.
Yeah.
So whatever Opie had written down, whether
It makes sense. It's like Dave 8, Opie 8, Al 8.1111. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so he just wanted to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was feeling fucking froggy.
So here's the deal. Better Living Through Killing, is that podcastable? Is that something you want to talk about on a podcast?
I would rather not watch that movie again.
I will watch it again.
Ugh.
But I'm just like, as far
Yeah, but
as
what is that other one that's just like it? John dies at the end or whatever?
no, that nothing is like Better Living Through Killing. That was made by two
Dum-dums.
troglodytes on a home video camera.
I know. I gave it a 4. I gave it the highest rating because it made me laugh.
Nobody's gonna know that movie.
I don't want
Outside of
I don't
us.
want anybody.
anyone to know
Yeah,
that
I don't
goddamn
want
movie.
anybody else to have to watch it or even
Yeah,
think about
we'd
it.
have to
I mean,
make-
we're always the advocates for every movie should have a chance, except for that one. That one just is stupid.
we'd have to talk about a password. It would be
You didn't have to mention that at all.
anyway. What's your next lowest rated? Because I want to know.
All right. So my lowest rated ones are Halloween 2, 1981.
Man,
Also, Howling.
The Howling 2,
We're not
Shittier
doing that one
movies.
again.
Honeydew.
Honeydew,
Ugh.
which I don't remember that at all.
it's just not memorable.
Better Living Through Killing. And those are like 3s and 4s. So, and
we are missing a
Aftermath.
few
What the
things
fuck
on
is
there.
Aftermath?
Another non-memorable fucking movie, dude.
I love looking at these and being like, I don't remember. I gave Hereditary a 9. I remember nothing of that fucking movie.
That one is amazing.
I gave
I love me some Hereditary.
The Omen. you
Hell
gave
yeah,
a 4.
dude.
The Omen. I gave a 4. The original.
Yep. 1976.
It's because you're a tasteless turd.
You gave it a 4 too.
You tell 'em.
Opie.
Yeah, you didn't like it either, buttface. Fucking booger monster. Why am I giving you like kindergarten fucking insults?
Yeah, what the hell?
Hey, wiener head.
Hey, fuck face. Fart
You
knocker.
play ball like a girl.
I'm a girl. Duty head. All right, so
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Do you have like one outside of your brain?
okay,
on
out
this
of the
list?
one,
Well, I know
don't
one.
I know.
I know
I
one
don't
that
want.
he does
I
not
don't
want
want to watch it, but I'll fucking do it.
I spit on your grave.
I spit on your grave. That'll be the one.
That's the one you're doing?
Which
We'll do it.
one? Old
yeah,
school or
the
new
first-
school?
The new one, the one that we did before.
We did the old one. No, we did the newer
The
one.
one
did-
from
we did it-
from 2010.
Yeah,
I
we
think
did.
so, yeah.
We did that one.
That's the one we're doing, or we're doing the original.
Let's do the
The
new
original.
one.
The original was 1978.
We were doing the newer one because that is the one that we did before, because we're kind of on like a rewatch thing.
Yeah, we're rewatching the ones
Okay.
that we
Yeah.
hated and the ones that we
Because
loved.
I think we did do the old one way early,
Yeah.
but we don't have a lot of documentation for a lot of the really early stuff when we were
Okay.
kind of like somewhat recording like our way
I
old
just-
backlog.
'Cause I'm gonna
saw-
try to pick stuff that you guys haven't put on your list, but we're probably gonna run into some shit.
Well, even
Okay,
if
so
it's something
2010, I spit on your grave.
Yes, that's the one.
All right,
It's going
so
to be horrible.
We're gonna put that.
I don't like watching it.
We're going to talk about feminism again.
Yeah.
There we go. So it'll be on the list, so you can look at the list.
We're all going to be super feminist by the end of all these. rape
We should
movies.
put this up
Yeah.
on some things for other people to look at.
What do you mean?
We'll talk about that later, but
This?
yeah.
I can do a share link later,
Yeah.
so people will actually be able to see
And we
this.
can put it on like the Facebook.
Yes, I can do a share link that is uneditable, so they can just view it.
Okay. Into it.
Yep.
Nice, dude. Is there anything on the Facebooks or comments or anything that we should?
Not lately.
Okay. Okay.
We'll get there. Don't
Okay.
Someday people will like us.
Someday, if we just hope and pray.
Someday. Somewhere.
I can't believe I gave Troll 2 a 3.
Ah, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, you went way low on that.
I like that one a lot more than that. Okay, so I Spit on Your Grave next. Do you have your favorite in mind so we can look?
I just saw
forward to
this,
something?
and it looks like Trick or Treat might be the one.
Okay. Which would be a
Ooh.
great one for Halloween season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I give it a 7.5. I like that one.
Hell yeah.
A double-decker bologna sandwich.
We're talking about different movies now, Dave.
No, I just the Troll 2 thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's
that movie is hilarious.
Yeah, Double Decker. Yeah.
They're eating him.
No.
Then they're gonna eat me.
I do think I got one of my favorites picked out. I just got to find a
For 10
bad one.
minutes.
All right, so I guess that's about all we got. So we should shut her down.
All right. Until next week. I Spit on Your Grave.
And I did have a song, but I don't have it. You keep talking so I can pull up the song. Don't do that.
Sorry.
Yeah, we want the
Don't do
la-la.
that.
I don't have the La La, but I wanted to play this song.
You
You
can
gotta-
play all sorts of stuff. There's good. Just play Roman Polanski talking about
So I will put.
what he does in his
Um,
off time.
I will make another list, kind of by the side over here, so that way we can enter. Actually, maybe I'll make it up at the top in the top bar. So that
Are
way
we
we
ever
can
going to have Hova
do-
on here?
You know, hate and like for like the next ones.
Oh, okay.
I'll set something up on there so that each of us can put, you know, for temporary.
Yeah, we can do temporary things.
Is this more copyright bait?
Oh, maybe. I mean, I don't give a fuck though. When they ban us, they ban us.
I don't know if that's. What the hell are you even playing?
He starts to speak, then folds his hands in prayer.
What the hell is this?
An awkward pause, then what's my line? There's nothing left to say this time.